napkin? We need a napkin.
There's a
napkin,
bowl.
we need a napkin.
Is it appropriate?
Please, go for it. Yeah.
Go for it. The boucher lure.
Excuse me?
Well, yeah, I want to rest my lemonade.
So thanks everybody for being here this weekend. In thinking about this event the other day, it occurred to me that the nicest, most insightful things are said about people when they're dead, okay? And not around to enjoy them. So I wrote a eulogy for my noticeably living mother.
Thank God.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm really sure. When you think about it, it's really weird, but very special, that two 60-somethings still consult their mommy before they make any important decisions. Or they call her when something really good happens, or when something really bad happens. And when you think about it, it's kind of special that four very accomplished, independent 30-somethings and their equally accomplished spouses still routinely call and visit their Nana Momster on a fairly regular basis, usually without any prompting. The Nana Momster who was always there to hear a drum beat or a baseball being hit. When you think about it, it's really special that Emma, Owen, and Maddie will have vivid memories of a great-grandmother who has her wits and her wit still about her. And why do we behave in such a devoted manner? Because our mom, Nana, Momster, Mimi is special smart. Not just book smart, but special smart. It was not that common for women in her day to achieve higher education. But not only did she achieve her teaching degree at the greatest college in the United States, she excelled at teaching and at every other task to which she set her mind. Absolute determination. But that's not the smart that really counts. Mom is wisdom smart. A famous writer opined many years ago about wisdom. The purpose of life is to be useful, to be honorable, to be compassionate, and to have it make some difference that you have lived and lived well. Well, Mom, Ralph Waldo Emerson would be proud of you. Wisdom is something really intangible. It means just knowing the right thing to do, because what you decide balances smart, honorable, and compassionate. As for the part of you having made a difference, you gave your gifts to Arlington County Public Schools, to Grace Episcopal Church, to Job's Daughters, to Mount Zion, and to your parents, and your many friends. For us, it's pretty easy to see your influence everywhere. To the extent that you made a difference through your daughters, Patty worked for a church, okay? And I spent my career in public service. I think that I, and she as well, would acknowledge that many of our successes would be attributable to your wisdom voice in our heads. WWJD. What would Joyce do? And the strength of character filtered through. Look at the unqualified pride we all have in your grandsons, all of them committed to you and to their families. Men who found useful, honorable, compassionate women as useful, honorable, and compassionate men. And if nothing else speaks volumes, we are all here. What does that say? All the way to your niece and your great nieces. So in short, you spent your wise life instilling the best of you in your family, and that will live on forever. So we're just going to keep on dangling that carrot. Thanks, Matt and Blair, for the most recent carrot. Because with your determination, when you see that carrot, you're going to get it. You're going to be here to get it. So, Mom, thanks for 90 wonderful years.
Here, here.
I'm not a crier, so I can't cry. That was unbelievable. I just have one thing that I can say is you only live once, but when you do it right the first time, you don't need to do it again. And I look around here and I think I certainly have done it right.
Absolutely.
Thanks to all of you, and thank you for being here. And you mean more to me than I could ever say.
Amen.
Okay. And one more thing I can say about this family, everybody talks and nobody listens.
I listen.
I don't.
Thank you all so much. So, of course, Christopher just told me he did this when I was 80. And I was teasing about it. He said he's already working on 90. But I'm 100. And he said I can't go away until then because he's going to learn to play a musical instrument so he can do the grand approach.
I said I was to learn to play trumpet so I could announce you.
Greg's got the trumpet for you.
Yeah, I got 10 years.
By our powers combined, we can put a whole procession together.
We'll figure it out, Scott.
Well, I'm going next. My speech is not as polished as Mom, but I have some sort of recollection or reminiscing to share, I guess. But when I was thinking what to say about you, Momster, it occurred to me just how many of the memories that I have that were from when we were growing up. And that's because you lived so close by. And as a result of that, Chris and I were able to spend a lot more time with you than most grandchildren get to spend with their grandmothers. So we got to know you a lot better than most other grandchildren do. Some of my most vivid memories are from little things that stick out in my mind for one reason or another. I'm couching all of this and doing some reminiscing. I think I got that from my dad. But some of my earliest memories are hanging out with you and Boo or Grammy and playing games in the den. The games that stick out most are Ants in the Pants, Pick Up Sticks, and there was one other game. Do you remember?
Spill the beans?
Spill the beans.
Oh, Spill the Beans!
Yeah.
Gotcha. When I think of games, those are what I think of. And that was because that was just so much fun, and that really left a mark on me. I also remember days when there was no school, and Chris and I would sometimes end up spending the day at your house. And we would go to the pit, and we'd play. I still have dreams about playing in the pit. I don't know why. I don't know what's so special about that place, but that was something that we
So
did.
do I.
It was an awesome park.
I
It was
mean,
so
we all
cool.
went. Or
Yeah.
you and me and Scott and Jeff, we all went to the pit. But we also always made it back by 10 or 11. I can't remember which it was, to watch Wheel of Fortune and The Price is Right. I also remember hiding from a tornado in the basement of your house.
Oh, I remember
and that is one of the most searing memories of my childhood. I don't know why. You worked really, really hard to make sure that I stayed calm. I was terrified of tornadoes.
We had just seen Twister before
Yeah.
that happened.
Yeah, I think your basement's just terrifying.
It was a little
The basement was
spooky.
scary.
It was a little spooky.
When we got a little older, I remember you and Boo came to so many of our baseball games at Little Simpson Field and sat there on those fiberglass bleachers. There's that picture of you and Boo sitting there. And then I remember that one of my favorite dinners was your famous spaghetti with meat sauce, which I got at least once in a plastic bag of just meat sauce. I'm gonna have to get that recipe before we go back. When I was in middle school, I remember sitting around the kitchen table with you so that you could teach me how to write and use proper grammar after Mom decided that I wasn't learning enough in school. Still think I have a ways to go. My sentences, still not perfect structure, but you were a great teacher. I also have a lot of memories of just riding around in your blue Honda running errands in Alexandria, including when we saw that girl fall off of her bike and break her wrist. And my recollection of it, and I'm not sure this is right, you just quickly piled her into the back seat and drove her down to the fire station, right?
It was just another day in the life.
I'm pretty sure we put her in the back seat, and I think the firemen came back to get her bike. But years later, it was really cool also when that same car became my first car. That I remember all of these things so fondly shows just how much of an impact you had on me when I was growing up. I learned so many things from you along the way, and I think the most important thing was just how important family is. So thank you very much for that lesson and all of the others, and I'm very glad that I get to be here to celebrate your 90th birthday with you. So cheers, Foster.
Yay.
Now that you're standing up, you need to speak.
I don't know if this is an open forum, but I don't have anything prepared. But Momster, I think Matt adequately covered just how many memories we both have of us being young. But I think one thing that's really important to me, and I think the rest of us would agree with this, is that you have so many detailed recollections of our formative years. Like you remember, like I know personally, you remember all my friends' names and like details about our lives growing up when we were in high school and stuff. And you weren't living in Alexandria for that, but that was also really meaningful that you took the time to remember all that stuff. So, yeah, I know, and it's.
You remember when I dropped that machine thing on my toe and broke it and you laughed?
That doesn't sound like me at all.
That was the cat car.
What's that?
That was the cat car, wasn't it?
I don't remember that one. I think I blocked that one out. Yeah.
I won't forget that.
Well, see, Monster, that was before the formative years I was referring to. And I don't remember that. So, disagree.
Selective memory?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Oh, they were fun, but that's fun. And I can remember Jeff and Scott. I remember when Jeff and Patty and Brad were living in Florida. I flew down before Scott. I flew down to Fort Walton one time, and they were waiting at the airport. Jeff had red curls all on his head, and I can remember that. And it was such a thrill for me, being a reasonably new grandmother and all, but everybody in the airport was watching. He goes, running up, Nana! That's the greatest thing a grandmother could know.
Right.
I'm sure you could tell Patty just too. I think that's all, isn't it? Okay. You're not old enough yet. I mean, your kids are not old enough quite yet, but anyway. So, and I was so thrilled that all my friends were having great-grandchildren. I thought I probably would live that long. You know, I was waiting and all. But then Jeff and Katie blessed me with 3 wonderful babies that I just love to death. So, and I love all of you so much. Anyway.
I would just add that it is so cool that my kids know you and like will remember a great grandmother and have such a wonderful connection. Like Emma especially, just you and her have such a great connection, and I know she will cherish those memories forever, and that's very lucky.
I'm still waiting for Owen to touch me.
Owen,
He prays for you at night.
Owen
Yes,
is
he
his
does.
own kid.
Sometimes he leaves me out, but he always mentions you.
Smart kid.
Yes, he
And
is.
he won't touch you.
You're mean,
Yeah, yeah. Don't let her fall in the fire. And we'll hold that against you in that way.
I would never have sat still for this, but I knew my daughters well enough, that you all would do something. I think if we just did this, you'd be forced to come all the way to Georgia.
Well, you know, you had to twist their arm to come to Virginia Beach.
It was very difficult.
We all really hate it here, you know.
Oh, I've got so many memories. I'm losing some of it. It bothers me, but not the most important ones.
Right. And they all take pictures so you can see them.
Oh, that I'm not so sure I like.
We're gonna have to get you a Mr. Microphone for your
Oh,
birthday.
At least I have some teeth.
You're doing great. Doing great. So I think
I'm working on that.
Is this Caitlin?
That's from the Murphys.
Guess what those are?
You know what those are. It's little and silly, but it's from the Murphys.
It's not open, is it?
No.
You'll do
No.
that, I have to pass it
Yeah.
around. These are ginger snap cookies from World Market. And I'll tell you, if you ever have heartburn, indigestion, it's the best thing in the world.
They're amazing.
There you go, Chris.
I'm a big fan of Pepsid.
They're a game changer.
Yeah, Linda eats them all the time.
I can speak from experience.
We have a friend that makes them.
We ate the whole tin. Yeah.
They are.
But I love Pepsid.
That's fine. Yeah.
You can have those? I'll buy you some.
This is a silly thing from the Boucher Gilbert.
Thank you for the cookies.
I'm pretty sure.
I had to ask for some yesterday.
It was today. I had to go get you some. I don't know, whatever day it was.
Oatmeal chocolate chip. I feel like we've grown
Just-
up on eating.
just
You just dropped our gift to you.
No, just a scepter.
You want Mimi?
Caitlin.
Your Chinese scepter.
Oh, thank you guys, wherever you are, Matt Blair.
I'm gonna explain this to you.
Okay, so explain this to you.
But you were telling me that you missed out. And so I know that you sometimes.
Jeff, watch that baby.
I know.
Oh, he's so big. I usually use a dish towel.
It's a bib.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's a baby.
She's good thinking, man. Claire, good job.
That's so cute.
That's really clever.
Yeah.
That is
She's on
great.
fire.
That's
Yeah.
very good.
Wait till she starts making jokes at your
Very
expense.
clever.
Yeah.
Not only clever, but useful.
Yeah.
You're safe. You're safe. You're safe.
Spoiled that, so I missed the honey biscuit.
The rest of us is fair game.
You know what?
I know it wasn't for
I still remember them being
They're
there.
always just at the dinner, like while we're here.
I just don't remember them.
always.
Virginia's always
Make
known.
the honey biscuit. Remember like the basic ones that are like.
Sorry, you can't say that.
Yeah, that's biscuits. Yeah, what about it?
Yeah.
You don't know where to put
George's honey.
How Aunt Patty would make that.
It is. I like it.
I think you guys are talking about the biscuit one.
Eliza, I've eaten so much stuff. You know, it's hard to keep track of all of it.
I know what we're talking about, and they are delicious.
They
Continue them. Very sad. Very sad.
This is mine.
This is yours. It's a throw that has everybody.
Oh my goodness, not my children. Oh. No. How did you get it back to me?
I don't know. I just do it. I just like it.
Because I mean I usually like no, it takes me a minute. That can't be hard. Like look at me like
That's really cool.
Randy Scott.
All of your offspring.
I saw Owen on there.
And you know what it says down here? 15
Nobody
reasons
needs
I
you,
love
just go away.
being Mom, Nana, Momster, and Mimi.
Let's show this to Mommy.
Show it to Mac. He's videotaping.
Oh, everybody's
Oh, look.
Oh, wow.
Guys, I show it to the video right there.
Matt, can you move so Matt?
Oh, that's pretty cool. Good job.
Yeah, so don't spill it, drop it, break it, whatever.
I was just gonna say, you even put Greg's name on there? Sorry, but you're not on there.
It's in there.
They spelled his name right.
If it is, you might want to return it.
I never think of anything like that.
I think Blair's name.
Yeah, there's it.
It may not be on there, Chris.
Oh no, I see it. Chris, it's right.
It's on there.
I don't think I see mine.
It's spelled right.
I don't know. I just was looking up and down there. Thought I'd pick on you.
That's really cool.
That's so cute. It looks extremely soft.
It's a beautiful.
Was it dinner?
Yeah, honestly, it's like
Actually went from beer to wine.
You can't use that when you're drinking wine, though. Oh, that feels good when you walk across it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Gobble. Okay.
Momster, can we also talk about some of the funnier things that you said? No.
What are some of the funniest things?
I remember the ones that were at my expense best.
Can't reach back there.
Yours was clear. Trying to think of something she said that's funny.
Well,
Telling a bad story about you.
Christopher.
Not bad. I'm just remembering some of the funniest things that you've said, and I remember the ones at my expense the best. Like at our engagement party for when Mary Claire and I were getting married. This was, I guess, in 2014, and it's a shame she just walked away. But my mom was saying how excited that she was that Mary Claire was joining our family and that she was going to marry me, and you said right at that moment, "and surprised." So thank you for 90 years of telling it like it is.
Hey, Chris, so there's some other part of the story I thought you were going to tell there.
Oh, how she was like, why would you want to marry Chris when Matt's single or something to that effect? Yeah, people remember, Mobster.
Chris messes up. Don't let her get away.
It's a shame she's going to be so mad at me. But
That's it. I got it on video.
Max got it on tape.
Everybody gets a copy, even the YouTube.
Thank you.
Not hard to make comments about you, Chris.
I can take it.
Thank goodness.
There's plenty of material. We can keep going if you want.
Hey, she's an equal opportunity
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say she's an equal opportunity puncher. So a couple of weeks ago, we were. Some of you already heard the story, but we were house sitting / dog sitting / Nana sitting for Patty and Greg while they were up here house sitting / dog sitting for Krista and Pete. And I get there first because Scott can't work from home. And after I get the dog settled and everything, I go downstairs to tell her I'm here and see if she needs anything. And while I'm standing there, she's like, "So what are you doing with your hair lately?" And I'm like, "Washing it?" And she's like, "Oh, because your roots are kind of dark." So I do what any sensible person does. When I go upstairs and immediately call my hairdresser.
So what did you call that monster's control mechanism on that?
Filter.
He's got no filter.
So we were told gifts weren't wanted, but cheeky, silly things. So we got you a keychain in New York that says the boss. The boss.
Nice.
Hey.
Chris, where'd Mary Claire go?
She went to get a fleece. I'm telling her to come back quickly.
Jeff, do you have stories?
Fire.
Not any good ones. I mean, I almost said something earlier, but the thing I remember the most is you always tell the story about when I was when my parents were at the hospital giving birth to Scott, and you came down and babysat me while they were in the hospital for 2 days, and my parents came home, and apparently I was eating a macaroni and cheese sandwich that you made for me. You let the 2-year-old make a macaroni and cheese sandwich.
That was you, Jeff.
Very skilled in it, too.
Well,
I've never gotten over that eating a macaroni and cheese sandwich.
Apparently I knew what I wanted when I was 2 years old.
Knew what he liked.
Sounds kind of good though.
Yeah. Any other things that were unfiltered by mom to you?
No, I'm perfect, so she never says anything to me.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
What's that like?
Don't.
I'm not gonna say a word.
Don't.
I'll do it for you.
Do it, Brandy.
I think she wants it.
She wants it.
No, no.
I think she protests too much.
If it's ribbing Jeff, I'm all for it.
No,
Do
it's
it.
no.
Just told Maddie. Maddie.
Lasagna.
Maddie?
On who?
Look at there.
Is Patty here?
Where's
No,
Patty?
she's cooking.
Imagine that.
We alternated one day. She'd get off early and we take turns cooking. But anyway, I was working and all of a sudden I got a phone call. Daddy. Don't panic, but the fire department just left. Of course I didn't panic. Anyway, she and her good friend Anna were at my house. We had a double, we didn't have much storage space in the kitchen. We had a double oven, a little bigger, and I was keeping a plastic drainer. I can't think of the name of it. In the oven, the big oven. And she didn't know it turned it on. Mommy. Imagine how long it took me to get that plastic Oh, they were days. They were days. They were all good in their way.
Right. We haven't heard anything about Krista yet.
Oh, wait a second. Wait, I was just really nice, so maybe she'll be nice.
Tough.
First 3 years of hell?
She was a hard baby. She couldn't help it. She had to change the
That's the best we get with your first baby then, because you were hard.
Was Matt a hard baby?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what you
I've heard
said.
this.
There you go, Caitlin. That's what you have to look forward to.
Hey,
What was it?
yours will be a perfect angel.
First babies are tough.
Say Brandy.
Oh,
Momster, you get a good one-liner about.
He's hungry.
Momster,
you
you
want
had,
lasagna?
What?
I was gonna say, Momster had a really good one-liner about when Mary Claire started at CarMax. Do you want to? You guys were talking about it, and Mom, you said to Momster that she was starting at CarMax, and Momster said, "What is Mary Claire doing at CarMax? She doesn't know anything about cars."
And I tell all of my classes that story every time when I'm introducing myself. And I'm like, if I could learn about cars, you guys can too. Yeah, so.
Here's what my husband's grandmother said about me.
I say that I tell the story every 2 weeks, and they love it. So, yep.
Okay.
Thank goodness. We all stay reasonably close together that we can get together. And we live down to very close. Where's the wood? Thank you all so much.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
If I had anyone in the class, I would say cheers to AJ.
Oh, I think we're gonna do that.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
With cake.
Cheers to AJ.
And Joyce.
Oh,
That's what Babs.
Is she
Oh,
eating
yeah,
her
slash too.
that lady?
What is-
I don't call her Joyce. She's not my grandmother. Yeah. He was ruined her name.
She is your grandma.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. She's not my aunt. She's my grandmother. Yeah, there we go. Thank you.
Like mom.
It's constant. So when we were growing up, we used to just call her mom because that's what our mom called her. Yeah. We're gonna call her mom. Like this is not okay.
You did.
We couldn't like
No, I
change it
didn't call
radically, so we just
Yeah.
added
Oh,
some
yeah.
names. So now she has to explain to her
Eric
friends
was
why her
one.
grandkids
Eric
call her
was one.
monster.
I never called
Because they
you
don't hear
Slash.
monster.
Yeah,
We were
that was
walking
not
to the beach and
monster.
But,
telling
but
Josh I used
Monster,
to force us to sleep on.
I think it was Anna that called you Twinkie, wasn't it?
No.
Oh, Mary Gardner, that's
Yeah,
right.
oh, Anna called me,
Elvira.
That doesn't sound
I think there are
flattering.
different things that are known.
Where did that come from?
Like that's a lie. It's like formative years. And you can do it like kind of. It's like a thing where you like run and jump. You do like yeah, we would like one person runs and jumps on the person's back, and then you turn. It turns into like a 5-person dog pile, and each
Oh,
one
and we would
runs
fall,
and jumps.
right?
You just
Oh.
crash into this
We
guy.
didn't
Oh.
Like y'all would do it first, and then we throw us on top.